so this is my context video for having a ball. It says identify the requirements for both performance and production elements. So requirements for me as a performer when I'm performing is that I make sure that I don't push myself too far, because it can have really bad consequences, as shown when I passed out on stage. As a production roller person, my requirement, well, the requirement of myself is to tell other people what to do, make sure that they're doing all of their production roles, but a requirement of me is that as well. That didn't make sense, but you get me. Identify the constraints of the project. So I think a big issue within the project was sorry, that is gross, was money, because we had a lot of set and a lot of costume but not a lot of money, so that's always been sort of an underlying problem. Another issue was the fact that we were working alongside the dancers. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's always brilliant to work alongside them. All I'm saying is that they didn't have the experience on production roles like we do, and so it makes for like a hard dynamic of trying to figure things out and get people to do stuff. I didn't know how harsh to be on them and how harsh I'm allowed to be, basically, until Shelby told me like I'm allowed to tell them what to do. So that was cool. Identify the needs of the target audience. The target audience is adults, which meant that we had to make sure the show had some sort of sexual jokes in and just something that's a little bit different. We also served alcohol, which obviously, if you serve alcohol, they're going to enjoy anything, so that was really cool. We definitely played to their age group as well, because we used Take Me Out, which older people would get but younger people wouldn't, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. My phone is going mad. Can you stop? Sorry. Oh my god. Done? You done? Cool. The disrespect. Identify the context of the play, including the cultural, historical and political... Oh, I just realised what happened here. I'm looking at different assignment base. So the context of this play is the context of this play is basically like young adults go clubbing, basically. Yeah, I don't really know what I want to say about that. Identify what research you will need to do to be successful in this project. So I did a fair bit of research for this project. So research that you'd need to do for this project is research on the TV show, stuff like that. I had to research how to play a saxophone again, because I hadn't in a very, very long time. I used, what was her name? Karen Taylor, I think. I researched her. She's from EastEnders. That was brilliant. There was a lot of character research, I think, involved for everyone in this project, because our characters were so big and melodramatic. We really had to push them out there because we were creating them. Identify the resources that you may need. So resources that we might need is a vocal coach. Because there's singing in this and there's a lot of projection, so we do need a vocal coach to help us get that out there, because there are a few times where I was like, because it just wasn't very good. We need, sorry, my brain's really blank and I can't pause the video because I'm on a different device and it makes me sad. We need, oh, this is getting really bad. Give me a minute, I'll be there in a minute. Resources that we need, obviously set and props and stuff like that. We need to go and source those, so we had certain people on those jobs trying to go and source that sort of stuff. We also need a good techie because there's a lot of lighting and there's a lot of cues and all of this that just goes mad. Like when we go from like someone's bedroom to a club and then to whatever it was next. You know, there's a lot of different like snap changes, so we need someone who's definitely going to understand and get on it. Explain how you will reflect and evaluate on your work. So I will reflect on basically how I will reflect on my feedback, because I got a lot of feedback for my role about how much they liked it or how it wasn't quite big enough and stuff like that. So I reflect back on that and how I can improve on that. And I'm also going to reflect on my work within others and how I treated them, how I worked with them, and how well that happened. Cool, that's my context video.